Hello, soccer fans. June 7th, 2025 was a big day for the U.S. men's national team. They faced Turkey in a crucial friendly at Pratt Whitney Stadium in East Hartford, Connecticut. The atmosphere was electric, with fans eager to see new faces step up. This match was more than a friendly. It was a key test before the Gold Cup and a step toward the 2026 World Cup. Coach Mauricio Pochettino fielded a young, energetic squad, giving fresh talent a chance to shine with stars like Pulisic and McKennie absent. For the USMNT, it was about building chemistry and proving themselves under pressure. Turkey, ranked 27th by FIFA and recent Euro quarterfinalists, brought experience and high expectations. Their coach, Vincenzo Montella, wanted to fine-tune his squad and challenge the Americans. With players like Hakan Çalhanoğlu leading Turkey, the USMNT faced a real test. Both teams saw this as a chance to measure progress and build momentum. The stakes were high for both sides, making for an exciting matchup. For the US, a win would boost confidence after tough Nations League losses. For Turkey, it was about maintaining their standards and testing new strategies. The stage was set for a fascinating encounter. Fans knew this was more than just a warm-up. It was a statement game. The young Americans had a chance to show they belong on the big stage. Hartford was buzzing with anticipation. The teams lined up ready for a true test of skill and character. The whistle was about to blow on a pivotal night for U.S. soccer. The match kicked off at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, and the energy was palpable. The USMNT pressed high, eager to impress their new coach and home crowd. Young American players hustled, looking to create early chances. Turkey, calm in their 4-2-3-1, absorbed pressure and waited to counter. Hakan Çalhanoğlu orchestrated Turkey's play, aiming to control the tempo. The contrast in styles made for a tense opening. In the 10th minute, the USMNT nearly struck first. Brian White's shot fizzed just wide. The crowd roared, sensing the Americans' intent. Turkey responded quickly, launching a swift counter. Kenan Yildiz found space and fired, but Matt Turner made a sharp save. Both teams traded early blows, showing their attacking ambitions. The U.S. midfield moved the ball quickly, trying to break Turkey's lines. Turkey's wingers looked dangerous on the break, keeping the U.S. defense alert. The opening minutes set the tone, fast, physical, and full of promise. The USMNT's pressing unsettled Turkey, but the visitors' experience kept them composed. Every touch was contested, every pass pressured. The fans were treated to a high-tempo start. Both sides looked determined to seize control. Early chances at both ends hinted at an open, exciting match. The first goal felt imminent as the teams battled for momentum. The pace stayed high as both teams fought for control. The USMNT's young midfielders, especially Diego Luna, pushed forward with intent. In the 24th minute, Luna's quick feet created space on the left. He whipped in a perfect cross toward the penalty spot. Brian White rose above the defense and powered a header into the net. The stadium erupted. USA led 1-0. White's movement and finish showed real striker's instinct. The goal lifted the USMNT's confidence and energized the crowd. Turkey, organized until then, was suddenly on the back foot. The Americans played with more freedom, pushing for a second. Turkey needed to regroup and find a response. The momentum had shifted firmly to the U.S. Luna's creativity and White's finishing made the difference. The home fans sensed something special was building. The USMNT's young squad was rising to the occasion. Turkey's defense looked rattled for the first time. The Americans pressed their advantage, hungry for more. The first breakthrough belonged to the U.S., and the crowd loved it. The match was alive with energy and promise. After taking the lead, the USMNT kept their foot on the gas. Their pressing game stifled Turkey's attempts to build from the back. Tyler Adams anchored the midfield, breaking up attacks and launching counters. The U.S. defense, well organized, limited Turkey to long-range shots. Turkey tried to respond, but the Americans stayed disciplined. In the 37th minute, Adams unleashed a powerful strike from distance. The Turkish keeper made a brilliant save, denying a second U.S. goal. The USMNT showed they could threaten from anywhere on the pitch. As halftime approached, the Americans looked comfortable and confident. Their defensive shape held strong, frustrating Turkey's attackers. The midfield worked tirelessly to win back possession. The home crowd sensed the U.S. was in control. Turkey struggled to create clear chances. The USMNT's young squad showed maturity beyond their years. The halftime whistle blew with the U.S. leading 1-0. It was a deserved advantage after a disciplined first half. The Americans had set the tone with energy and focus. Turkey faced a tough task to turn things around. The stage was set for a dramatic second half. Halftime brought adjustments from both coaches. Pochettino encouraged the USMNT to maintain intensity, while Montella sought more creativity from Turkey. Substitutions brought fresh legs and new tactical wrinkles. Young Americans like Sebastian Berhalter or Quinn Sullivan got valuable minutes. Turkey introduced more attacking options, hoping to shift momentum. The second half promised unpredictability and renewed energy. Both teams were eager to make an impact. The fans braced for another 45 minutes of high-stakes soccer. The match was finally balanced as play resumed. Turkey came out strong after halftime, pressing higher and attacking with urgency. The USMNT defense faced real pressure in the opening minutes. In the 53rd minute, Kenan Yildiz broke through, but Matt Turner made a stunning point-blank save. Turner's heroics kept the US in front and lifted the team. The Americans weathered the storm and regained composure. Soon, they created chances of their own. In the 60th minute, Quinn Sullivan cut in and curled a shot off the post, so close to a second goal. The crowd gasped, feeling the tension rise. The match opened up with both teams pushing for the next goal. End-to-end action thrilled the fans. Turner's save and Sullivan's near miss were turning points. The USMNT showed resilience under pressure. Turkey's attack tested the American backline, but they held firm. The Americans countered with pace, keeping Turkey honest. Every moment felt decisive as the game hung in the balance. The USMNT's young squad showed grit and composure. The fans urged their team forward, sensing another goal. Both sides refused to back down. The second half was a true test of character. The USMNT pressed for a second goal, their confidence growing. Jack McGlynn and Diego Luna orchestrated a brilliant move in the 68th minute. Quick 1-2s opened up the Turkish defense. McGlynn surged forward, collected the return pass and finished calmly past the keeper. USA 2, Turkey 0. The crowd erupted. McGlynn's composure and the team's passing were top class. The Americans celebrated a crucial cushion with just over 20 minutes left. Turkey looked stunned, struggling to respond. The USMNT played with energy and belief, pushing for more. Pochettino's young squad showed maturity and style. The second goal showcased their attacking potential. The home fans sensed victory was within reach. Turkey's defense was stretched, and the US kept pressing. The Americans managed the game smartly, controlling possession. McGlynn's goal was a highlight for the young midfielder. The USMNT's teamwork and creativity shone through. The match tilted firmly in America's favor. The crowd celebrated a new generation stepping up. The USMNT was on the verge of a statement win. Despite a 2-goal deficit, Turkey refused to quit. They pushed forward, testing the US defense with every attack. Matt Turner remained a steady presence, organizing his backline. The USMNT managed the clock, making smart substitutions. Local favorite Patrick Agyemang made his debut, energizing the crowd. In the 85th minute, Turkey broke through. Arda Güler found space and finished past Turner. Suddenly it was 2-1, and the final minutes turned tense. Turkey threw everything forward, desperate for an equalizer. The US defense blocked shots and cleared their lines under pressure. The Americans showed grit, holding off wave after wave of Turkish attacks. The crowd held its breath as Turkey pressed for a late goal. The USMNT's young squad stayed composed in the chaos. Every clearance was cheered by the Hartford faithful. Turkey's late surge made for a dramatic finish. The Americans dug deep, determined to protect their lead. The final whistle brought relief and celebration. The USMNT had earned a hard-fought 2-1 victory. The young squad passed a major test under pressure. Hartford erupted as the US celebrated a statement win. What a night in Hartford. The USMNT's 2-1 win over Turkey is a huge boost for this young squad. Matt Turner's saves and Brian White's opener set the tone. Jack McGlynn's goal, after a slick move with Luna, showed the team's attacking promise. Luna's creativity and Sullivan's near miss highlighted the depth of talent. This win builds confidence ahead of the Gold Cup and the 2026 World Cup. Even with key players missing, the USMNT showed cohesion and resilience. Youngsters like Agyemang gained valuable experience on a big stage. The team proved they can compete with strong European sides. Pochettino's squad bounced back from recent setbacks with energy and skill. There's still room to improve. Conceding late is a lesson to learn. Maintaining focus for 90 minutes will be key moving forward. But tonight, the positives far outweigh the negatives. The USMNT played with heart, discipline and flair. This performance sets a strong foundation for upcoming matches. Turkey showed flashes of quality, but the US defense held firm. Arda Güler's goal was a reminder of Turkey's threat, but the Americans responded well. Both teams will take lessons from this match. For the USMNT, it's a night to celebrate progress and potential. The fans witnessed a new generation stepping up. The journey to 2026 is off to an exciting start.